First of all, let me just commend you on how sexy you look and all your new videos with all the sexy women. It's like a big sexy fest.
Love the women, love Brazil.
It's a big sex.
Sexy fest. I said sexy fest, not sex fest. Sexy.
I see. I like it a lot.
I was joking on the radio, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be in Pitbull's next video, and like the listeners were calling and bashing me, like, yeah, right, Jen, whatever.
Oh man, poor listeners, they only knew the truth and the scene that you're going to be in. I get it.
It's going to be hot and steamy.
For sure.
So Pitbull, the album's what, coming out this Tuesday, right?
Well, yeah, it's going to be August 31st actually, and we're going to be performing on the Conan on the Tonight Show. So album will be out Monday, 31st, Revolution. Make sure y'all go get it. Got crazy.
How? So why did you release it on a Monday instead of a Tuesday? That's strange.
That's a little bit, a little bit special.
What, are you trying to get a head start on things?
I'm trying to get a head start. I'm always trying to get a head start.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe it will work for you. So the album's called Revolution?
Revolution, correct. We'll be in stores the 31st.
Why did you call it that, buddy?
Because, me being Cuban-American, my whole family dealing with everything that went on with Cuba, just being a rebel in the music game, always fighting, always for new ideas, new opportunities. Everybody want to go right, and I'm fighting to go left, whether it be with execs, whether it be with producers, whether it be with other artists, however it may be. And then the revolution, the reason I put it together is because I'm always finding, always trying to find new ways, new sounds, what's going to be the new movement before anybody does, and I think that's what we do with the whole house, electro, hip-hop, global, international feel we got on this album.
Well, everybody loves, first of all, they loved Crazy. I Know You Want Me. Hotel room service. Let me tell you, I had my daughter in the grocery store the other day, and she kept going, meet me at the hotel room.
Oh, how did...
She's 6 now. And I said, Sasha, you might not want to keep singing that over and over. And she's like, why, Mommy? And I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, sing it.
You're like, I can't wait to get this kid Pitbull on the phone.
Yeah. You know what? No kidding. So you were just recently, is this true, given the key to the city of Miami?
Yeah, so everybody better lock their doors.
Were you honored and surprised when they came to you with that idea?
Oh, definitely very honored, very surprised. It is a blessing, especially being from Miami, living all over Miami, good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, worse neighborhoods. Just experience Miami, through a full spectrum. But to get the key was definitely, I was honored, man, because that means a lot to me. Little Miami boy, to be able to get the 305 key.
And what was that whole thing like? Just describe to me what happened on that day.
I didn't even know I was getting the key to the city. They told me I got to be somewhere at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, well, I'm not scheduled for no interviews or nothing. I don't know what's going on. Like, oh, no, just meet us in an area called Coconut Grove. I was like, all right, then follow us to City Hall. I was like, what am I going to City Hall for? I'm like, oh, man, what do I do now? And got in there, and they turned in the key to me. I was like, whoa. So it's definitely a great surprise, man.
Wow. That must have been one of the best rewards that have happened since your career started.
Yeah, and then I took it to the pawn shop. It wasn't really worth much, but,
Yeah. What is the key to the city made of anyway? Like, do you actually have a key?
Yeah, it's actually a key. It's pretty heavy, but, it's not...
It's not platinum or anything?
It's gold.
Oh, okay. Well, gold's still good. Pitbull, who's going to be on the album?
On the album, you got, the next single after Hotel Room Service, you got featuring Akon. It's called Shut It Down. You got B.O.B. on the album, Avery Storm, Slim from 112. You have, let me think of a new artist of mine. Her name is Nair. She's going to be coming out soon. And pretty much I really didn't do too much on the features. You got Lil Jon on there. But I kept away from the features. As you see, like every single I put out, other than Crazy, had Lil Jon on it. But Guy Ocho is just me, Hotel Room Service, and Now Shut It Down will be with Mr. Akon.
And you had some impressive producers on there. I saw the list. And is it true Clinton Sparks is on there as a producer?
Yeah, he's got the next single, which is Clinton Sparks and DJ Snake. And we had Dr. Luke, Lil Jon, and who else we got on there? Man, we had a gang of folks.
Will you always do music with Lil Jon because you started off with Lil Jon?
Jim Johnson is producing on there also. Lil Jon is just a good friend of mine, man. I've known him since about 2000, 2001, and we love to do work together.
Right. And you were both signed to TVT at the same time when it went bankrupt, and y'all had to kind of go your separate ways. I mean, Lil Jon called here the other day, and, you know, I kind of asked him, like, what's been going on with you? Like, what's taking so long for another album? And he blamed it on the TVT situation, but it seems like you were able to bounce back a lot faster.
It's just that John's, how should I say, yeah, we were at the TVT situation. We beat TVT, so thank God for that. We got a chance to get away from that situation. But John's a producer and an artist, so he's very, very, very picky about how he puts together music. And now with all the different types of genres and new music and new movements, he's definitely in the studio trying to come up with something since he's been gone for so long to make people go, what is this?
Right.
So nowadays society that we all suffer from ADD.
You got that right. Recently that you got off on a DUI charge. It was your second DUI charge. I read a statement from you, and I think this is a really good idea. You said, quote, I know if I go out and have a social dinner, I need to get a driver.
Definitely, but I didn't. Like, you know what's funny? The media says certain things, and you're right, I did have one DUI before that. That was when I was younger, about 18, and I was under the influence that time. You know, I'm always going to give it to you raw. I'll tell you the truth. Second time, I was not at all, and the cop was just being a total, taking advantage of his position. And what happened was he didn't know who he had pulled over. Like, I didn't say nothing like, I'm Pitbull, and how dare you take me to jail. Nothing. I let it ride. I treated him nicely. When he figured out who I was and what was about to happen, once, this hit the media, is when he really put it in full gear. And in court, he got caught lying. He got sanctioned for perjury.
Oh, really? So what was he lying about?
He was lying about the judge had invoked the rule, saying that the witnesses, whoever's testifying can't speak to each other. And him and one of the officers were speaking to each other about it and went to the scene of the arrest about it, after the first day in court. And he's like, didn't I tell you couldn't speak to the officers about what went on in this court? He's like, no, but I didn't. So you guys just ended up being mute at the scene of the arrest? I mean, how did this work out? Because he wasn't at the scene of the arrest with you. You were the only arresting officer. Well, he said you took the picture, so you had to tell him where you arrested Mr. Perez, correct? Yes. So you spoke about the case, correct? Yes. Okay, so you're lying. I went in there, they were like, oh, no, you're looking at 9 months. Looking at 9 months? They
said in the press that you were looking at some jail time, so thank God that you got off.
No, but I didn't get off. I beat him.
Thank God that you beat the charge.
There you go. Because there was nothing there to stick in the first place.
And you know what? You're rich enough. Pay someone to drive you.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I see this video of you a couple months back, and you're on stage, and somebody throws a bottle at your head.
Yeah.
And you continue to perform.
Yep, we sure did.
And then I see this other video of you, Pitbull, where someone came and threw money at you, and you ended up hitting the person. And then you maintained your composure after that situation. So what's the deal with that? Tell me what's going on.
As far as the bottle situation, I really don't know who threw it or why it happened. I don't know if there was a fight maybe and they threw it or if it was intentionally to hit me in the head. I don't know. I did get hit in the head. It busted my head open. I went backstage real quick. Put sugar on the wound. It would stop the bleeding. Came back out, finished the show because I'm not going to let no knucklehead or a knucklehead ruin people who have paid good money, to come see me and their night. So we finished that show. Another situation, someone that I tried to avoid the situation and tell them, hey, they kept throwing money in the air. Due to the bottle situation, now anything that's in the air distracts me while I'm performing.
Right.
So I tell them, hey, stop what you're doing. I ain't going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it on the next one. I'm letting you know. Just that's it. Because I'm with a band, so I got to play by sets. I got to wait until I have a break in order to talk to the crowd or whatever, address something.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, he goes to the other side of the stage, throws money again. So I bring him on stage to get rid of him, to tell the securities, hey, look, just get rid of him before this becomes a problem. As soon as he gets on stage, he throws money in my face. I don't care where you're from or what language you speak or whatever it may be. Anything in your face is disrespectful. Spit, paper, fist, you name it. Anything touches your face, it's a natural reaction. So to every action, there's a reaction. And in self-defense, I knocked his ass out.
So what will happen now? Do you think that he was trying to get you to that point so that he could possibly try to get some money from you or what?
I don't know what he was trying to do, but, I mean, it's real cut clear, real simple when you look at it. I mean, the guy threw money in my face. And he was throwing, and if you look at other videos, he kept throwing money in the air at the club. Just being obnoxious at the end of the day, being ignorant instead of just having a good time. Everybody came out to have a good time. But you know what? The show went on. It was a great show, great crowd, great energy.
So he hasn't tried to, file any lawsuit or anything, right?
No.